All right, guys, welcome back to the show. I'm Titus, and this episode is brought to you by Hevi Shot, our most trusted ammo on the market. We are big Hevi Shot fans, and I like to always say this. I always like to say we were big Hevi Shot fans before we were ever working with Hevi Shot. And I will tell you that these people at Hevi Shot, Tina, and all these other guys are just down-to-earth people. We've met a lot of people that make the ammo. If you're buying Hevi Shot, we know a lot of the people that make the ammo that are actually hands-on putting it together. We know, the director of ops and just all the people that you see out there. Just great people, down-to-earth, right there out of Sweet Home, Oregon. So, it doesn't matter if you're from the West Coast or the East Coast or wherever you're at. They're just a great ammo, and it's kind of cool to be representing a West Coast ammo that I truly believe in. I remember, let me take you back to a story real quick if we haven't talked about it on here before. I remember the first time that we tried Hevi Shot product, which was actually Hevi-Metal. So let's reverse back. I want to say 6 years, but maybe it was only 5 years ago. Usually I undercut everything, and it's a lot longer ago than I think it was. But I bet you, I think it was 6 years ago. 23, that'd be 2017. I think it was 2017, maybe 18. Either way, it was a minimum of 18. So anyways, we were taking this trip to Wisconsin. And for those of you that are listening from there, you can correct me on how I need to pronounce it, because our friend from there that we went hunting with and shot old school always laughed how me and Tom said it. So I don't know what we're saying that's so wrong. It's just the way we're saying it, I guess, with California slang or West Coast lingo. I don't know. But anyways, so prior to this, for the most part, I had only been shooting Super X, and that's when I started doing those pattern videos, and I was trying other things, thinking, okay, what was happening is in my Browning A5, and this is kind of good conversation, actually. Let me talk about this. Let me write this down. I got to make notes, man. I'm the one shop wonder. I got to take my notes and edit it, post it, all that good stuff. Anyways, I was doing all these pattern testing, and I was trying everything. I bought herders. I bought Hevi Shot products, which mainly was Hevi-Metal. I think I had some heavy bismuth too. I don't know if there was. I think there was. I did. Oh my goodness! All the Winchester products. Why is my mind going blank now? Now that I'm sitting here trying to talk about it, I did Rios. I don't think I did Rios because I couldn't find any. But I did Federal Blue Box. I did pretty much anything that you can find out there 6 years ago. That was kind of the common. I think I did like 12, 15 different types of ammo. And to be honest with you, and I'll say this, I've said this to them, even in the video, and I guess that's how they found out about us is because they seen that pattern video. And I in the test that I did with 3 different ammos against each other, Hevi-Metal actually did not win the pattern for the best pattern. It was, oh my goodness, this can drive me nuts. I was just telling John that was just on the last episode with me. I was just telling him about this ammo out of the Browning A5. It shoots really, really good. And guess what? I got to find it for you guys, because if any of you guys have the Browning A5 out there, I really want you guys to be able to check it out and give it a shot. It's not the cheapest. It's Winchester, so it's a lot cheaper than bismuth or anything like that. But his pattern's amazing with the factory chokes out of the Browning A5, and every Browning A5 is different. So I'm not gonna say it's going to pattern amazing out of yours, but I really want to tell you what it was. Actually, I want to go over the rest of those ammos too and tell you, if you've never seen those pattern videos, you should check them out. I mean, the way I did it and how I was doing it is just backyard testing. It wasn't accuracy. It wasn't like Joel Strickland with Surviving Duck Season, how he's doing. I mean, the technology he's got is insane. Not even close. But if you want something just fun, I still think they're fun to watch and kind of see how things do. You could still see somewhat of what's going on. But here, we're almost to it now. I had to scroll way back in the archives for these videos. Okay, dry locks. So Winchester dry locks, I did that versus Hevi-Metal, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, dry lock outdid it. Now, that being said, I think I did 3-inch 3-shot with dry lock and 3-inch 4-shot with Hevi-Metal, I think. I don't really want to, I guess I'll just start the video. No, 3-inch 2-shot. These videos, man. Looking back at these, I'm like, yeah. So this one, actually, everything is the same. Anyways, yeah, it was almost 2017. Man, that was a long time ago. But anyways, I know I'm going a long way around, but that ammo, those dry locks out of that Brownie A5 are insane. I remember shooting it when there was a bird on the water up north, and I was like, whoa, like the pattern that shot across that water was crazy, plus what it looked like on paper too. It's just a deadly combo. And that was with a improved modified choke factory on my Browning A5 Invector DS choke. So anyways, said all that to say this. If you're going by a pattern, you're like, oh, this is better. Well, when we went to Wisconsin, we needed ammo. We didn't want to fly with it back then. So we're like, we'll go to the store and buy our ammo. So we went in. I can't remember the name of that store that they had, but man, they had ammo everywhere. I mean, obviously back then it wasn't a problem. And we're looking at the Hevi-Metal. We always wanted to try it. I've shot on paper, but I didn't do a lot at Ducks. And we're like, dude, let's get it. Let's get it for this trip. So I don't know if that's all. I think I bought some Federal too, but we bought a box or two of Hevi-Metal and a box or two of Federal. Anyways, so we're out in this river. I'd say this river is probably every bit of 100 to 150 yards across. And if you go back a ways, when you shoot geese with Super X, 3-inch 2-shot, 3-inch 3-shot, whatever, I mean, it hit them and they just do this. You know, they could be 30 yards and they just kind of shake it off and keep going. You shoot them again, shake it off, and finally, if you broke a wing, they'd go down. So, I mean, that's kind of what the standard we're used to. We get so frustrated. Mind you, we obviously were shooting a little far back. I mean, if you were headshotting them, that wouldn't be a problem. And maybe our choke was a little open. Anyways, that's the standard that we had. Well, that trip, Thomas, I got on video. You can go back. I don't know what episode it is. You'd have to go way back in the archives. It's probably actually, I'll tell you what it was. Go back about 4 years ago on our channel and go to, it's a cast. Man, that video for some reason didn't get a lot of views on it. Was it that video? No, it wasn't that video. It was this one. Duck hunting in a little channel. And Thomas is actually holding a massive honker up in the thumbnail. So duck hunting in a little channel, go back 4 years ago. It's showing him holding the honker in the screen. And go watch that video. And you can see the shock that we have. And I say 4 years ago, it'll be 5 like next month. So it was 5 years ago. But you'll see the shock that we had in the video of how hard that Hevi-Metal folded that goose. We were blown away. And we're like, is this just luck? Did you just make a good shot? Or is it this Hevi-Metal, you know? And sure enough, again, we shoot some more honkers. I don't remember who did. It was me or Thomas or whatever. Folds them again. And then the rest of that season, I mean, it was the same thing on repeat. And it was like, wow, this stuff is hammering. And yeah, so that was kind of a done deal right there. And I think it was like that winter or that next year that when Hevi Shot reached out to us, and we just became good friends after that. And here we are, you know, almost 5 years later, still working with them and really become good partners with them and have a great friendship. So anyways, I'm just saying it is nice when you like an ammo and you're really close and you believe in the people behind it and the ammo itself. Instead of just doing it because it's free or, oh, they sponsor us and give us a discount, whatever. It's because we love this ammo, and if it ends tomorrow, the relationship, I'm still going to keep shooting it. So anyways, blah, blah, blah. That being said, that's the backstory to it. That's all I'm telling you. I'm not trying to schmooze and kiss up and whatever, and they don't listen to this podcast. I'm just telling you that's the backstory to it. So that being said, now out is the Hevi-Metal XTREME, and a lot of people gave him a lot of flack and grief and about it's just the same thing. Well, they are kind of right about that, and I'm just going to give you the down and dirty little secret. So that's why I told you that whole backstory. You know, me going 10 minutes around the wall of Jericho just to get back to this. And what my point is back then they did have the Hevi Shot in the Hevi-Metal. As far as I know, what I've been told by them, there was still that Hevi Shot in there. And that's why the lethality was like it was. Well, then they switched to putting bismuth in there. So 70% steel, 30% bismuth instead of 70% steel, 30% Hevi Shot. Well, now guess what? This come out this year, and I believe it's on shelves now, and people are buying it, is the Hevi-Metal XTREME. And all they did is went back to that 12 grams per cubic centimeter blend for the Hevi Shot. So this one, now this is, I'll just admit, this is not my favorite blend. It's too big for me. I'll use this on honkers if we get a honker trip coming up, or even snow goose or something. But this is a one shot for steel, 4 shot for tungsten, 3-inch 1 and 4 blend. And again, it's 70% steel, which is 70% 1 shot with steel, and 30% number 4 tungsten. So I shot this last year. Obviously, they're having us test it out, see what we think about it and stuff like that. The video that you see, I believe, of me and Nathaniel, when I think it's the thumbnail of him holding the cinnamon up from last year, like episode 10 or something like that. I was actually shooting my 20 gauge with this Hevi-Metal 3 and 6s. So 3 shot for steel, 6 shot for tungsten in this Hevi-Metal XTREME. But anyways, deadly blend. If you're wanting to save a little money, don't want to spend quite that much to buy bismuth, I'm really pushing you towards buying this Hevi-Metal XTREME. If you find Hevi-Metal still longer range, the regular stuff, you know, if you want to save money and it's cheaper, yeah, for sure, go for it. But if it's barely any difference, I would definitely grab this. It's going to be nasty. And I can't remember. I don't want to say, don't quote me. I don't know what's going to happen with the Hevi-Metal longer range. I don't know if that's going to kind of fall off or what. Really don't know. They're thinking it's possible heavy bismuth won't be as popular because it's Hevi-Metal XTREME. I told them my personal opinion, that's not going to happen. Bismuth is bismuth. Sound like Mike Tyson out here. So I'm a big proponent, heavy bismuth for 12 gauge or 20 gauge, 3-inch 6 shot. That covers everything. That covers geese, ducks, large ducks, medium ducks, small ducks. Now, that being said, I don't really go with the intentions to a refuge. I know I'm just going to be shooting teal and shovelers. I definitely do not bring out the bismuth if I can't help it. I try to use like Hevi-Metal or whatever. So just because I don't want to shoot that expensive stuff, I save the bismuth more for like the big ducks, you know, or geese when I know I'm really going to need that extra punch down and pack down and kind of in my head saving money, right? So that's my thoughts. I'll move on. Hopefully I didn't beat that horse too much. The one thing I didn't finish saying about the why I left Super X and was looking for something else is because Super X out of my Browning A5, their crimps were too long. And what was happening is it wasn't ejecting every shell. So the crimp, it wasn't the gun. The crimp would hang up on its way out and catch and cause me to have a malfunction. I have to pull it out and let the other shell go in there and then shoot again. And I was getting super frustrated with that. I can't deal with that. I can't have that in the field. Like, no, who can, right? Like, you want performance, you need performance. What shots are you missing? What double could you have had on ducks or triple if it wouldn't have been for your gun doing that? So that's unacceptable. And so that's why I started looking. I know it wasn't happening with my other guns that I had, but it was just my Browning A5. So that's why I started the search. But anyways, let's move on. I just dropped the pattern test vid. Man, allergies are hitting me so hard right now. This almond shaking is killing me. I just dropped a pattern test video yesterday with my 20 gauge Franchi Fendi Elite 3 with the Rob Roberts chokes. So I did the new Raptor Series chokes. I was telling you guys I was going to do this, and he's going to be coming on the podcast too. But I did that So go on our YouTube channel, watch that, and let me know what you guys think. A couple of you, Luis, thank you guys for giving your feedback, some through text or some through YouTube in the comments section. Travis, it was actually great meeting you, Travis. I don't think I said this before, but I met you at the Delta Waterfowl Show. Great guy, Travis. Hope you're doing well. And thank you for your comment about the molar chokes. That is definitely going to be something on the list. I've already been talking to Jimmy. Supposed to be getting the UFO and the passing. They're thinking that because they know I shoot mainly bismuth, they're thinking I'm going to like the passing better because I told them I do like it tight, but they said the UFO is stupid, like insanely tight. So it could be basically like a turkey / 60-yard choke. Well, I'm not taking 60-yard shots. I promise you that. But I still like to see it, though. I just get so interested in seeing chokes that can just hold something for that long. It just kind of intrigues me a little bit. Doesn't mean I need it or I'm promoting that. By no means, trust me, please, please, please don't be taking 60-yard shots, 50-yard shots, unless it's a Euro. Oh, man. Well, you guys watch enough of the videos. If you've been following long enough, you know good and well I don't ever take those kind of shots. But when it is a Euro, you have to take the shot. You have to. You have to. I'll stand by that all day long. I am not going to walk away from that or backpedal from that. You have to. That was one of the most unbelievable days ever I've had duck hunting, ever. Not only for the trifecta in the morning and the way the trifecta worked out. It's not just that. Like, I wasn't surprised I got the cinnamon. I really was. We didn't see a lot of green wings. There actually wasn't a big flight. That's what kind of made me nervous, especially being on the vet hunt. You'd think thered be birds everywhere. Problem is, there's not a lot of vet or active duty guys hunting out there, unfortunately. And I promote you. I encourage you. I push you that if you are a vet or active duty, get out there and do it, please, because I don't know. Maybe they won't take it away, but I feel like, man, if they don't start seeing more people talking about it or doing it, maybe they would take it away. But anyways, there wasn't a big flight. There was plenty of cinnamon, surprisingly. First thing, there was, I guess, a lot of teal. I just didn't shoot. I didn't want to shoot a green wing right out the gate yet because I wanted to wait to make sure I got a cinnamon or a blue wing, because then I knew I could get the trifecta probably. I really need the blue wing was the one I was really nervous about not getting, because I went in the mindset, having scouted, had seen things that I wanted to see. I was like, okay, my best options there, and I based a lot of that off the junior hunt, knowing where birds were and hearing reports from other people. So I was like, okay, well, that's where I need to go, try to make it happen. And I was like, okay, blue wing or cinnamon, I'll shoot it. If it's not, I'm not shooting a green wing, because I'd rather go to the other refuge I wanted to go to, where I shot that Euro, and just shoot all mallards, all mallards and a pintail or something. Well, anyways, you seen me in that video. If you watched that video, I had to walk off because there was birds dumping in this one spot. I left Travis and Thomas behind. I said, hey, let me go sit over here for a minute and see. And the only blue wing that we see the whole day, even walking out of the refuge, lands, 5 feet behind me in a patch because I was squatted down. I mean, that was the Lord, brother. That's all I got to say about that. That was the Lord himself, and provided the manna right on my plate. And, oh man, there was a little bit of nervousness there to shoot that, even as close as it was. I know my choke's tight on that gun, that I would miss, because I knew, like, this is probably it. This is probably your last chance. And we never seen a blue wing the rest of the day again. So never seen one on the second day of the vet hunt either, the vet active duty hunt. So anyways, that was crazy in itself. And then you go over, we go eat lunch, we move refuges, and we're shooting for mallards, trying to do it. And there wasn't much of a fly. Nothing was really happening until the end. And then that happens with the Euro. And the fact that that bird was, not to exaggerate, every bit of 50, 60 yards. I mean, that's just a story I'm going to be telling I'm an old man, and it's probably going to get better and better every year. You know how that is. But yeah, I just don't think if I would have had my 12 gauge, believe it or not, I would have killed that bird. That um and sorry if I've ever said that I was looking for a choke for my 28. I think maybe I did at the beginning of season or towards the beginning of season for the 28 gauge, because I am not looking for a choke for that gun at all. I'm just telling you right now. I took out the full because I'm shooting heavy 12 out of it, 3-inch 6-shot, which is expensive. That's just what I knew. I wanted that gun. I knew I wanted that ammo combo. I knew it. That's just what I wanted. And I had the full in it, but then I was realizing how tight it was. I was like, man, this is too tight. Like, I really think I'm shooting golf balls at 30 yards. Like, literally, that's the one I actually need to go take out the most. I really, really, really want to see what that thing's doing at 30 yards with the full, even though that's not what I'm using right now. I'm actually using is it the improved modified? I think it is. I'm trying to remember what that thing comes with, because it's different too if you're shooting steel versus like tungsten or softer metals. But I believe it's approved, and honestly, I think it is actually. I know it is because they have a modified too, and I thought, man, I wonder if I should even just drop down to that. But I don't know. It's like a rifle right now, and I like it, and I like that I drop down. It opens it up just a hair more, and man, love it. Oh, love that gun. I'm not changing a thing on that gun. In fact, I'm almost like in my head, do I really want to pattern that? Because if I see something weird, is it going to mess with me? Because I've never had a gun like that 28 gauge that shoots exactly where I point it. Not high, not too high, not off. And that shoots such amazing pattern that I feel like mentally, right? Like I haven't seen on paper, but that's why I'm just like, man, I haven't had a gun that ever performed like that. I feel like. So, yeah. I was actually I think I did mention something when I first got it saying, hey, when they come out with the 28 gauge, and sorry, Luis, if I threw you off by saying that, I was thinking about putting the Pattern Master Cold Black Duck in that 28, but I'm not changing. I'm telling you right now, after I shot it through the season, I'm like, I ain't changing nothing with that gun. I did have that all season, my 20 gauge. I never felt like I was like that happy with it. Then I tried these Rob Roberts. Now, getting into that, I guess it could be the choke that would cause it to shoot high and right. I don't feel like that's what it is, to be honest with you. I feel like my gun does need to be shimmed. I really do. I think my 20 gauge needs to be shimmed. Nathaniel just bought the exact same gun, all in black. I think I'm going to snag one of his shims for what I need and shim that and see if we can bring it back more to center and a little lower. Because it's not even 50-50. It's not even 60-40. It's like, to me, it looks like it's like 80-20 high, versus low. But I'd like to do that. And I'm just planning on shooting heavy bismuth out of that all year. I tried a little bit of heavy 12 last year, but I'm like, I don't need it. I'm good with the bismuth or even the heavy metal for that case. But what I was working towards is I am, like I said, I think I said in some comments, but I haven't said on here yet, that I'm going to get the Muller. I've been talking to Jimmy Muller. We're going back and forth, and he was thinking that the UFO is too much, but he said if you want to try, they got their 60 days you can return. So I think I'm going to buy both. I think I'm going to buy the UFO, and I'm going to buy the passing one. I already know I don't want the decoy one, which says is like good for up to 30 yards, which is most all my shots, but it's not the point of that. I want that tight wad. I want that tight ball of ammo. I want to just crumple birds. I want to throw their hair back. You know what I'm saying? So that's just me. I changed it with that a couple years ago, and ever since I just like it. Not saying that's the best way to kill birds. Like, are they going to die just as good the other way? Probably, but I just want that. So anyways, that being said, I'll try to get a video out of that, because once duck season starts, I don't really put anything but duck hunts out. But this year, I think I'm just going to be putting videos out when I can, if I can. When I can, if I can, if that makes sense. So I really want to see what that looks like, and I bet you guys do too. And I need to get off being lazy and just buy the 4 foot by 4 foot paper and put up. But I honestly, I don't like doing the work of pattern testing. Like, I love pattern testing. I don't like doing the work of it. Changing the target, walking back and forth and changing this, looking that, counting. Like, it's kind of fun, but not when it's like 95 outside. Like, if it was 50 and I was chilling, then it'd be a little different. I think I would enjoy it a little bit more. But every time, unless you get up 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning, like right now, it's just not the greatest temperature time. So I'm just not big on it. I wish and if I had all the proper stuff too, it'd make it a lot more fun. But anyways, back to the Rob Roberts chokes, the Raptors. I think there's great potential there. And again, I was only shooting at a 12 by 18 piece of paper. That's so unfair, technically, to the pattern for anybody. But yeah, I think when I did bring it down and I was looking at it, I was like, man, that looks pretty good. I felt like, and you can go watch the video. You let me know in the comments, either on YouTube, the MVM Show YouTube channel, or on the Mid-Valley Mercenaries channel in that video, and let me know which choke you think worked better. Like I said, I think, I don't know. Like, I feel like I did 2 shots with the Biz choke, and I feel like there was really good potential and better potential because I was shooting heavy bismuth. When I shot the R3, I was like, man, that one looks complete. Like, it didn't look like there was no gaps, and it just looked nice. So I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. I'm debating right now. If I get those mold chokes in time, depends on when you use that 20 gauge. But I'm like, I think I'm just gonna throw the Biz choke in. That's what he made it for, and throw that shim in. See what we get. I probably won't video that, but I'll let you guys know. Maybe I'll go back in that video and kind of pin a comment, let you know how it turned out or something. I don't know. Or do it on here like I probably do most of the time. So anyways, that being said, Rob Roberts is coming on the podcast to do a podcast, and Jimmy Muller is also going to be coming on I think that one will release on the 28th. So the end of this month, September 28th, that one will go live with Jimmy Muller. I'm really excited about that one. Both those guys, Rob Roberts, they're so detailed and stuff they know. They're very, very smart, and probably going to make me look really stupid. That's okay. That's the point, is have people on that are very smart, 10 times smarter than us, even 1 time smarter than us, and teaching us and teaching you guys and showing us the right way to do things and how it works and why it works like it does. So it's pretty cool. Lastly, I'll probably wrap it up here. Oh, man. You ever been at the phase of your life or time in your life where you were just really disgusted at yourself? That's where I'm at right now. And I'm talking about the shape that I'm in. Man, me and Thomas have, in 8 or 9 years that we've been working out, we have never missed this much of the gym. Thomas was in the moving process. Our home gym that we've had for 8 years is all tore up. So we're back to the regular gym, which I absolutely hate because people are there worried about videoing themselves or talking to the people next to them. It's like, I'm there to work out and get done and go home. I'm not there to chit chat. Me and Thomas throw headphones in and we never stop. We don't sit there and chat. I mean, we don't hardly talk for 45 minutes when we're working out. So, but I'll be glad when we can get back to our home gym, which probably won't be till the middle of next year or something like that. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. But yeah. But yeah, that's the phase I'm at right now. It's like, you don't realize how much working out helps you kind of stay where you're at and not gain. And it's funny because I haven't really gained on the scale. It's just my gut, man. It's like, ugh. Grosses me out. Oh, man. Because here's the thing, boys. I'll be 40 in like 3 months. And it's like, the reality is it's not going to get better. If anything, it's going to get worse. I think I'm having a little bit of a hard time with that too. Just like the getting old factor. Feeling more of the aches and the pains and Yes. If you're listening to this and you're 60, like, this is what I always hear. Oh, you don't even know nothing. I mean, right? That's what I do to 20-year-olds. Why are you tired? You shouldn't be tired. And I know that's probably annoys them because it annoys me when people tell me. But you know what hurts you and you know how it's affecting you. Anyways, that being said, I finally went and got the water bag, the punching bag. It's about 120 pounds. It's pretty sweet. We've had it for probably a year and a half, too. Hung it up in my garage, brought the gloves back over, brought the jump rope over. And if anything I've ever had make me drop weight surprisingly fast, was hitting that bag and jump roping like until you're just dripping wet. And honestly, it only took me 3 rounds of boxing before I was just dripping wet in my garage. Got to do a minute of hitting the bag and, hopping around, trying to keep things moving, punching, and then a minute break, and then a minute bag, minute break. I only did that for 6 minutes, which equates to like, or not 6 minutes, 6 rounds, which equates to whatever that 12 or, whatever. Why did it say 13? It said something like 16 minutes on there or something. I don't remember why, but maybe something with the break or something. But anyways, man, there ain't nothing that make you sweat like that. 3 rounds in, I mean, that's only like 6 minutes in, and you're just dripping wet. So between that, in the bag, Sarah's going to be doing it too with me, and the girls actually did a little bit. They were making fun of me, so doing it. So I forced them to get out there and start jump roping and punching. They weren't laughing so much after that. But that, and then softball, and then hunting, not eating as much. Sometimes depends. If the hunting's good, I don't eat as much. If it's bad, then I end up eating more. But yeah, between all those things, I'm gonna drop weight. I at least minimum 10 pounds. Because I'm gonna tell you what's happening. Not only you get grossed out of yourself, looking at yourself, but you also just don't physically feel as good. Like, I don't think you sleep as good. You don't feel as good. Like, things have been hurting me more, like my shoulder, my neck, my back. That's probably because I ain't doing deadlifts anymore. The deadlifts just strengthen your whole spinal column, the muscle on either side of that. That I know for a fact that's what saved my back from that helicopter crash years ago. But yeah, so back to getting in shape, and guys, we're here. We are here. I know some of the places where you're at might be a ways out, but we're here. I mean, it's on. If you want to duck hunt right now, you pretty much could find somewhere to hunt. If you wanted to make the sacrifice and drive somewhere, you could till hunt somewhere, you could do something. So we're here. It started. It's on. Like Donkey Kong. So I'm excited for you guys. I'm excited for us. I'm excited to see what happens to us. I'm excited to get your guys' feedback on how your hunts went, and DMs on Instagram, Facebook messages, comments on the MVM show. Hey guys, don't forget to crank these out while you're driving to the duck pond, and listen to how our season's going. We'll do our recap video, our recap podcast, and the guests that we're still going to have coming on. And some of my favorite is the ones where we're driving hunting, and we got those going on too. So those are pretty cool. I think you guys enjoy those. So anyways, yeah, good luck this season, guys. That's all I can say, guys and gals. Good luck and shoot straight. And we're looking forward to what it has in store for us. And we'll see you guys in the next one.